Hello, people of the internet. This is the Geek Gaming Culture channel. My name is JD, and you probably have heard by now about the Bayonetta 3 Hellena Taylor situation and everything going on about it. I have posted a video concerning that, and yes, Jim Sterling has said something about it, and I plan to releasing something about what they said a little bit later on. Maybe tomorrow, maybe on Wednesday, I don't know when, but I'm going to be working on that. However, I want to bring this up because there seems to be a little bit of a breaking news story concerning it, because the person that is slated to replace or has replaced Hellena Taylor as Bayonetta, Jennifer Hale, has responded to the situation on her account, J Hale Tweets, and it's bringing a little bit of an interesting perspective to all of this, and I want to break it down for you. Here's what she said on her Twitter account. It says, with regard to Bayonetta 3, as a longtime member of the voice acting community, I support every actor's right to be paid well and have advocated consistently for this for years. Anyone who knows me or has followed my career will know that I have great respect for my peers and that I am an advocate for all members of the community. Here's the interesting part. I am under an NDA and am not at liberty to speak regarding this situation. My reputation speaks for itself. I sincerely ask that everyone keep in mind that this game has been created by an entire team of hardworking, dedicated people, and I hope everyone will keep an open mind about what they've created. Finally, I hope that everyone involved may resolve their differences in an amicable and respectful way. With love and respect to you all, Jennifer Hale. So, first of all, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 sentences? That was all she needed to say, and she already exemplified far better professionalism than Hellena Taylor did in her rant. Oh boy. Now, the one thing that I said was very interesting is that she was under NDA and not at liberty to speak regarding the situation. But her reputation speaks for itself. That's really interesting, because I feel as though this brings into account a particular mindset that there has to be something else that caused Platinum Games to want to part ways with Hellena Taylor, and maybe the 4K is an excuse, or maybe Jennifer Hale is not at liberty to speak at the money that she is given. We don't know that, but from what this says, she's kind of like not exactly addressing the actual words that Hellena Taylor said, but she is saying, hey, I respect people's ability and their work enough to say that I advocate for people to be paid what they deserve to be paid. However, at the same time, it seems as though she's indirectly addressing the dunk that Hellena Taylor levied at Jennifer Hale. If you remember, near the end of Hellena Taylor's rant in her video, she gave a little bit of a backdoor dunking on Jennifer Hale, saying that she has no right to call herself Bayonetta or sign merchandise as Bayonetta. And that was a weird way to say, hey, Jennifer Hale is not the real Bayonetta, which begs the question, why was Hellena Taylor not having the guts to actually call her out by name? Which was really weird, and that really soured a lot of people, even those people who would be on her side otherwise. That was really weird and really disrespectful of her to do that, and everybody was calling her out on it, even if they were with her on everything else. And that gave people a little bit of a cause for concern, like, why are you doing that? Why are you saying something like that? And of course, Jennifer Hale is getting a lot of love for this. She came out right away and said this. And perhaps Jennifer Hale is indirectly addressing that concern, addressing what Hellena Taylor said about her. Maybe this has more to do about something completely different. Maybe we don't know what's going on. Maybe there is something else to this. Maybe there is another element that we're not being told, or we may never be told that. And this is also why I feel as though Platinum Games needs a PR team, because the CEO is definitely not acting the way he should. I'm sorry, I can understand if you're getting trolled and have to do something in order to make sure that you're not, but just blocking people just for the fact that they're not responding to you in Japanese? Is that a little xenophobic to anyone else? Because I feel as though it is. I don't understand that. I don't get that. And they're so quick, it feels as though he has a bot ready to block people the second they respond to him in anything other than Japanese. And not everybody uses Google Translate, dude. You might want to calm yourself a little bit on that. Because this is the one time where you might want to relax those rules. Because this is the one time where you might want to talk about this. You may want to say something. And I get NDAs where, okay, maybe you don't want to tell people how much you're getting paid because it may cause some kind of conflict with other people. I get why some people will use those. They will cause a little bit of conflict, and competitors may want to take advantage of the information they get before you're ready to reveal something that may be innovative or something like that. You don't want somebody to get a patent out before you're ready to reveal your product that they prevent you from being able to come out with it. I understand how sometimes NDAs do good for some people, but when it's hiding vital information to a consumer, that's when you have to draw a line on that. Or when it's about something that will be harmful to the people working there, that's when you have to draw a line too. In this case, there's gotta be something else here, and I think Hellena Taylor may want to start thinking about clarifying some of these situations. May want to clarify what she was saying about the new voice actress, which is in fact Jennifer Hale. She may want to clear it up, saying maybe she didn't mean what she said the way it came out. Unless she did, which there's more to this. Maybe there's a bit of a feud, maybe there's a bit of a conflict about to happen here. And it seems that Jen Hale doesn't want to have any kind of conflict whatsoever, which is good on her. And plus, maybe she needs to clarify how much she was being paid before all this happened. Maybe there's a lot of stuff that needs to be clarified because we have some questions now, and I implore people to not get on the bandwagon of the boycott yet. Not at all, but definitely not yet. Because I have a feeling that Hellena Taylor is not telling us the entire truth. She is not telling us the entire truth about what's going on. I highly doubt that Platinum Games was using a lowball tactic in order to remove her from the role. Because if they were doing that, and Jennifer Hale came out and said all this, and still saying, you know what, Bayonetta 3 is a good game, and you should go out and buy it, and keep an open mind to all the other people who have worked on this game, she is essentially saying, don't boycott this game. That's what she's saying here. And I have to tell you, I agree with her. This was the amicable way to say something, to talk about this. And I commend her for doing that. And she showed a lot more respect and a lot more professionalism in these 7 sentences than Hellena Taylor did in whatever amount of time it took for her and that whole rant that she did. And I get it was emotional, and yes, 4K is a drop in the bucket. I've said this a couple of times now. But at the same time, she's blaming the wrong people for one thing. Nintendo didn't have anything to do with this whole thing. They're a publisher. They didn't develop the game. They didn't hire any of these people. This falls on maybe Platinum Games or Sega or the union that was saying that this was a fair rate to pay this person. Assuming that she's not just using the 4K as an excuse because she's hiding something completely different that was going on. For example, I don't know if anybody's even talked about this or not, but it might be a possibility that she didn't get along with a few people there. Who knows? Maybe she came back and she got into a conflict with somebody. Maybe another voice actor or actress, or maybe someone who was working on the game, maybe a developer or someone like that. Maybe she had a bit of a personality conflict and she didn't want to reveal that. She said she didn't care about an NDA. She didn't care or was afraid of an NDA. But maybe she's afraid of someone or something getting out. So she's using this 4K thing as a reason when in reality it might be something completely different. We don't know that, and I'm not quite sure how much communication goes on between voice actor and actresses. Maybe they come in and they do their stuff and leave or something like that. They don't talk to anybody else or whatever. But you have to go and walk through the halls to get to where you need to be, and you have to like run into a few people here and there, right? So obviously there's got to be something to that. Does that have anything to do with what's going on? Who knows? The only reason why I'm saying this is because of this whole thing. This puts a little bit more light to it. This puts a little bit more of context to what's going on here. And that's why I'm saying maybe Hellena needs to start thinking about saying some clarifications about what's going on, because now again, we have a little bit of time to digest it now. And the more people are digesting it, the more people are starting to look back and say, wait a minute, something's not right about this. Something she's saying is not right. I'm with her on the 4K, being a drop in the bucket, not being enough. But at the same time, the way she's coming about it, the way she's going head on, not really caring about anybody else's health and well-being and financial well-being, only caring about one person and not worrying about anybody else, and then dunking on the person who took your position, saying that they have no right to call themselves Bayonetta, and then the person who you're dunking on comes out and says something like this, where they're showing a lot more professionalism and a lot more amicability with 7 sentences than you did with your entire 3-video rant. I feel as though there's gotta be a lot more to this, and I would hesitate to support any boycott who is being spearheaded by someone who has a lot more explaining to do now. I could say for absolute certainty that Jennifer did not appreciate that dunk in any way. Hellena, come clean about this. What's going on? I highly doubt it was because of money, and I highly doubt they were trying to lowball you. I'm more than certain that people who were posting videos yesterday in your favor are now thinking twice and now regretting that decision. All love to Jennifer Hale. There's a reason why she's sought after in the industry. This is another reason why. This is a Geek Gaming Culture channel, and that just happened.